In a bustling city, there was a young man named Ethan who was known for his ambition. Ethan had big dreams and worked tirelessly to achieve them. Every day, he followed a strict routine, waking up early, working out, and then heading to his job at a prestigious marketing firm. He was determined to climb the corporate ladder and often focused solely on his own success. One day, as Ethan was rushing to catch the subway to work, he noticed an elderly woman struggling with her grocery bags. Her hands trembled under the weight, and she seemed to be having difficulty walking. Ethan glanced at his watch, knowing he was already running late. He hesitated for a moment, considering whether he should stop and help her or continue on his way. With a deep breath, Ethan decided to offer his assistance. He approached the woman with a warm smile and said, "Ma'am, may I help you with those bags?" The elderly woman looked up, her eyes full of gratitude. "Oh, thank you, young man. I would appreciate that very much," she replied, her voice trembling slightly. Ethan took the heavy bags from her hands and walked alongside her as they made their way to her apartment, just a few blocks away. Along the way, they exchanged small talk. Ethan learned that her name was Mrs. Thompson and that she lived alone. She shared stories about her late husband and how much she missed him. When they reached her building, Mrs. Thompson thanked Ethan profusely. "You are such a kind young man," she said, her eyes welling up with tears. "It's rare to find someone willing to help these days. You have a good heart." Ethan smiled, feeling a warmth in his chest that he hadn't felt in a long time. "It was my pleasure, Mrs. Thompson. Take care of yourself," he said before hurrying back to the subway station. As he rode the subway to work, Ethan couldn't stop thinking about the encounter. Despite being late for work, he felt strangely fulfilled. For once, he wasn't focused on his own ambitions but on helping someone else. That simple act of kindness had given him a sense of purpose he hadn't felt before. Over the next few weeks, Ethan found himself more aware of the people around him. He started noticing small opportunities to help others, holding the door open for someone, giving up his seat on the subway, or offering directions to a lost tourist. Each time, he felt a little bit of the same warmth he had experienced with Mrs. Thompson. One day, as Ethan was leaving work, he noticed a young woman sitting on the sidewalk, crying. Without hesitation, he approached her and asked, "Are you okay? Is there anything I can do to help?" The woman looked up, surprised by his concern. "I lost my wallet, and I don't have any money to get home," she explained, her voice shaky. Ethan didn't think twice. He reached into his wallet and handed her some cash. "Here, take this. It should be enough for a taxi," he said, smiling reassuringly. The woman's face lit up with relief. "Thank you so much. I don't know what I would have done without your help," she said, wiping away her tears. As Ethan walked away, he realized that helping others had become a natural part of his life. It wasn't about recognition or reward, it was about doing the right thing and making a positive difference in someone else's life. Weeks turned into months, and Ethan continued to find joy in helping others whenever possible. His colleagues noticed a change in him, too. He was more approachable, more compassionate, and more willing to lend a hand when needed. One day, Ethan received a call from his boss, asking him to come into the office. When he arrived, he was surprised to find the CEO of the company waiting for him. "Ethan, I've heard a lot about you lately," the CEO said, smiling. "Your colleagues speak highly of your work ethic and your willingness to help others. It's rare to find someone with such a balanced approach to success and kindness." Ethan was taken aback. He hadn't expected his actions to be noticed by anyone, let alone the CEO. "Thank you, sir," he replied, humbled by the praise. The CEO nodded. "We're promoting you to a management position. We need more people like you who not only excel in their roles but also uplift those around them." Ethan couldn't believe it. All the times he had helped others without expecting anything in return had led to this moment. It was a reminder that kindness and generosity have a way of coming back when least expected. As Ethan left the office that day, he felt a profound sense of fulfillment. He realized that success isn't just about personal achievements, it's also about the positive impact one can have on the lives of others. From that day forward, Ethan made it his mission to always help when possible, knowing that even the smallest acts of kindness could make a world of difference.